What up? It's your boy Riley, back to take another look at kind of a weird product, because that's my MO apparently on this channel. Nexigo sponsored this video so we can take a look at the Gripcon, which is both a Nintendo Switch controller and a dock for like $5 more than the standard price of a Nintendo Switch dock, which, I mean, I'm not good at math, but if I was doing some, then it would feel good right there. This thing has apparently got Hall Effect joysticks. It has customizable button macros in some form. And so there's lots to take a look at. Before we get too deep into the features, let's just take a look at the actual hardware. It comes with this little box here with extra joystick covers on it. Oh, they look like they're bigger maybe. Nice. We got documentation. Well, actually, before we look at the documentation, look at that, ooh. I always like a good, like fabric-y, felty looking feeling thing on tech. It's too often the tech just like is not homey. I wanna feel like I can go to sleep on it. And that's not the case with this, but there's a chance. Most of this stuff is just talking about like, oh, these are the Nintendo Switch buttons on the like standard Nintendo Switch controllers. But, ooh, I like those colors. But we also have some extra buttons, especially on the back, look at those. Okay, let's do a little overview. Quick starts guide, safety guidelines, be safe when gaming. It's important. Listen to your mom. In this scenario, that's me, I'm your mom. Obviously on this side, you know, joystick, minus button, D-pad, settings button, and a capture button. On this side, we got the plus button, letter buttons, other joystick, home button, and T, which is the turbo button, which will allow you to, you know, specify any one of these buttons that you want the controller to mash for you in button mashing situations, which in Switch games, we know they're there. Okay, when we look at the rest of the controller though, things diverge a little bit. Obviously we got the trigger buttons and shoulder buttons here, but we also have the USB-C charging port, the HDMI output for when you're in docked mode. It's a Switch, so it's gonna output at 1080p, not anything super, super fancy. For now, Nintendo, and a USB-A port for, you know, when you're in docked mode, if you wanna attach extra wired controllers, I'm assuming. Over here we got two spaces for game card storage. So the Switch itself is going to have the cartridge slot, and then you can have two extras, you know, if you want to pop and lock, if someone challenges you to a duel in the street, you gotta be ready. Now over here are those back buttons I was talking about, and these, unlike the turbo button, which will just mash stuff, on the back, these buttons will, you can set macros. So if you hold it and press some buttons, we'll figure it, we'll show you later. Down here is the button to switch between docked and handheld mode when you have an HDMI connected. And down here, a kickstand. So it's like, it's not just that it's like a dock, you know, a fake dock. It's like, it'll stand up, it'll be fancy, it'll have some class. And then of course there's the USB-C port at the bottom there, which is what we're gonna slide the Switch into right now. Okay. Big moment, okay. It feels wrong at a certain level, but it also feels like right. Like look at this. This could be a product that came together. Nintendo, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. I know it's a third-party controller. Ooh, that felt good. That was a joke, but it did feel really nice. It clicks in, dang. I mean, it's like, it's the same click as the Joy-Cons. Actually, now I'm curious about how to, does it just pop out without, you don't have to press a release button. You can just slide it out. That is very satisfying. It's just working. I mean, no setup necessary, apparently, to get the basic features working here, but what you're supposed to do is go to settings, controllers and sensors, Pro controller wired communication. It's already on. We're in pro mode already on this channel. Normal mode, only normal mode, even though I've got the Nexigo Gripcon on my side. I like how meaty the buttons feel. Like, obviously compared to the original Switch controller buttons, they're very clicky You know, it's like a small little thing. You know, for a handheld console, they did pretty good, but this button is like, it's got some weight to it. There's longer travel distance, and there appears to be a pretty solid tactile bump still. Like I've used some Xbox controllers that feel kind of mushy. Like it's a big button, it's got some travel, it feels like you're pressing something significant, but it doesn't really have that kind of bump to it. This has a very satisfying bump, and I think all of the buttons do more or less. I can immediately tell that this is a Hall Effect joystick. Huh? What's that? I love this game. So the vibration is, I think, pretty strong. I actually like it, but thankfully Nexigo has a feature where you can adjust the intensity of the vibration. So, and that's through the controller, not through Nintendo's software. So that's pretty cool. It's so weird in games like this that the jump and shoot are different buttons, right? Like I want to jump and shoot. You have to do this. Maybe I've just, I grew up as a console gamer and I've been PC gaming for so long now that the idea of only using this. Thankfully, Nexigo has thought about people like me who are frustrated by that. So that we have the macro buttons. We're gonna map them. I'm gonna map jump to this one, and maybe on this one I'll map like 4 different buttons. We'll see. We gotta hit the setting button for 2 seconds until an LED shows up. Okay. All right. Now that LED is shining bright, and I'm going to press the button you want to map. For me, that's that. And then I press the back button, and now it's solid white. The solid white means that it's set successfully. Every time you press this key, an angel gets its wings. Okay, so I mapped jump, and now I can jump and shoot. Like, look at this. No one can stop me if I'm at the same time. So from now on, if I'm jumping, it's because I'm pressing this bad boy. I'm not pressing B. I'm not even gonna touch B ever again, even when I go home. Okay, I'm gonna map the other button to this like aim and fire combo for the secondary weapon. All right, so let's enter
mapping
mode again. With the setting button, it's blinking. I have to have the timing right. I have to hold the button until it's charged and then fire. Boom, boom. Okay, so now I'm gonna map that to this one. So when I press that right button, it does it. Wow. Oh, I'm probably the best Samus ever. Now I'm gonna go beat the boss. Like, okay, yes, normally I wouldn't be prepared, but I got Hall Effect joysticks. We're gonna map a turbo button before I go into the boss, just so I'm prepared. But apparently I didn't know this. You could set the turbo button to automate button mashing on one of these buttons, but you can also adjust the speed. You can either activate it 12 times per second, which is the default, or 20 times per second. Okay, it's gonna be fire. So hold this, and then press this. Hopefully that worked. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm scared. I don't know how to play this game. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, this was a bad idea. Oh, use the turbo button. Turbo! Oh, it didn't work. Got him. Okay, so we figured it out. If you hold the button and press turbo, you're gonna enter semi-auto mode. So by holding down the button, it's as if I'm not holding it down, I'm just pressing it over and over and over again, and I can start and stop that. If I hold the button and press turbo again, it'll enter the second mode, which is full auto. That's just firing all the time. You're firing your laser, and you don't wanna do anything else, which in this case is what I wanna do. So I'm going up to see the boss one more time. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's done. He's done, man. You're over. It's over. Fire. Ow! Jump. And I think that means I won. Thanks, Nexigo. You helped a little old noob like me get to the championships. Now, the last thing I just wanted to show here was that this thing has gyro control, like a regular Nintendo controller. So there's that as well. I mean, that probably looks horrible for you, the viewer. And I would never recommend using this form of steering. Oh, see what? Hold on a second, what? How does this? This is why you should never use it. I wouldn't use it, but the point is that it's there. So if you ever need to give your Switch to your grandma to distract her, the gyro control is there, like in a regular Nintendo controller. Hey, one day older Riley here, back on set because we realized we didn't actually test out the dock functionality. So we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so just like a regular dock, you have to plug into power, and then your HDMI going to your TV, and we're there. So, I mean, it's a dock. And like I said, you can press that button on the back to switch between the TV and the console. Pretty quick switching from the TV to the console, and it takes a bit more time switching from the console back to the TV. But that's because it has to work harder to push the frames uphill. That's one issue. If you got a thick HDMI cable, then you might have some issues having it wanna stay. And there we go. Oh, perfect. Nexigo thought of that. So yeah, if you want the traditional dock experience, you can set it down there and use another controller, or you know, you can still use this controller as well if you want to play with other people and project to a TV. So, and this is what playing Switch looks like, just so you know. Cool. There's the dock functionality. Bam. Well, overall, I'm pretty happy with the experience I had with this thing. It's 65 bucks. Again, $5 more than the Nintendo dock, but you get like a whole controller with it, with extra features. It comes in a couple of colors, actually. I forgot to say, there's this purple one and this blue one, and they all have this sort of like, you know, that kind of, I don't know if, you probably can't legally call it atomic purple or whatever, but it's, you know, it's that see-through design that has come back into style, and thank goodness. So if you have other aesthetic sensibilities than just minimalist black option, then those are there for you. I didn't even put the little extra things on, and hey, you know what? They kind of look like tires. Look at that! So if you want to play Mario Kart with those, it might make it better. If any of this piques your interest, there's a link in the description. You can go check out the NexiGo Gripcon. And if anything else piques your interest when it comes to unboxing products, well, you're on the right channel. We got lots of other videos for you here. We're gonna take real good care of you, okay? Click one of these videos. Okay, see you later, bye. Subscribe!